Good evening, everyone. We could rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dixon?
Here.
Mrs. Diglio? Here. Mrs. LaFois?
Here.
Mrs. Teets?
Here.
Mayor Kus?
Here. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this regular meeting was given to the two newspapers of record and posted on the official bulletin board on January 5th, 2024. I'll now entertain a motion to approve the May 29th regular meeting minutes.
I'll offer the meeting minutes from the May 29th, 2024 meeting.
I will second the regular meeting minute notes. Yeah.
Any comments, changes needed? Seeing any, roll call, please.
Mr. Dixon?
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio?
Abstain.
Mrs. LaFois?
Yes.
Mrs. Teets?
Yes.
Mayor Kus?
Yes. At this point in the meeting, the town council welcomes comments from any member of the public on any topic. To help facilitate an orderly meeting and to permit the opportunity for anyone who wishes to be heard, speakers are asked to take one turn at the microphone and please limit their comments to 3 minutes. The clerk will keep time. If reading from a prepared statement, please provide a copy and email a copy to the clerk's office after making your comments so it may be properly reflected in the minutes. Council may choose to comment after the entire public portion has concluded. Please identify yourself and spell your last name for the record. If anyone in person would like to speak, please indicate so by stepping forward to the microphone. Not seeing anyone in person, we'll transition to Zoom. If anyone on Zoom would like to speak, please indicate so by raising your hand. Not seeing anyone, we'll close the first public session and move on to council and manager reports, beginning with town manager Russo.
Nothing at this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Dixon.
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Councilmember Diglio.
Okay, well. As many of you know, Newton Day was on Saturday and it was another success. And I want to thank Mel Dennison, who's the chairperson of the committee, and Tammy, the chamber director, for all their organizing, as well as the few volunteers who helped during the event. Special thanks to the police and to the DPW workers, Roy, Greg, Randy, Adam, and Brooke, who were there from early morning to late night, literally doing and answering anything we needed and had to be done. I want to personally thank them and thank them on behalf of the chamber, because I don't know what we would have done without them.
Thank you. Councilmember Teets.
Yeah, just to piggyback on to what Councilwoman Sandy said, I agree, Newton Day. Once again, I know you worked very hard on it. And I got to talk to a lot of people. As you guys know, I normally like to talk a lot. And the only disappointment was the fudge lady wasn't there this year, but I've gotten over it. So, but other than that, it was a good event. Some positive comments. I was not around in the evening, but I saw a lot of videos for the fireworks and stuff. So it looked like a great display.
It was fabulous.
And I know the squad and the fire department were both out with a lot of our volunteers volunteering throughout the whole day. So, you know, JP, please send the message back to your members and thank them for their support, and the fire department as well.
Excellent. Thank you.
And that's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor LaFois.
Couple updates over the last several weeks. Our last meeting was brief, so if you indulge, we'll go back for just a moment. But Councilwoman Diglio and Councilwoman Teets and I attended on May 16th, the 100th anniversary dinner of the Newton Rotary Club. I have to say it was I think a great tribute to the town to look around the room and see so much Newton history represented in the people who attended. Dozens of people who have donated their expertise, their time, and their resources, like generationally, who have been doing this for 50+ years, 60 years, to make Newton what it is today, and to listen to many people making tribute to the people that were in the room and had who have given so much to make Newton, you know, what it is today, was great. to hear firsthand. So we are grateful to the Newton Rotary and their history, and we are hopeful that they'll continue to grow their membership and continue their good work. Newton's Rotary Club was the jumping off mark or point or host or founding club for all the other Rotary clubs in the county. You know, so many of our social civic clubs are looking for membership and representation. So I'd encourage anybody who wants to get involved in the community to check out the Newton Rotary. Also, a couple of weeks ago, the New Jersey Herald posted an article talking about the top 15 places to retire in the state of New Jersey. And I just wanted to read something from the article that referenced the fact that New Jersey is not the most popular place for retirees. Historically, we have people that leave the state after they've finished their careers for sunnier weather, less taxes, whatever the case may be. But and part of the main reason that the state's the people leave the state when they retire is the average cost of living, which is 19.8% higher than the US average. Median home prices, the highest property taxes in the country, et cetera, et cetera. But there's so many other reasons that New Jerseyans love the state. It's beautiful, our forests, our parks, our beaches, the proximity to the cities. There's no shortage of entertainment. And lots of other reasons. But so for the town of Newton to be ranked in the top 15 places to retire, I thought was a great tribute to us. We often say that Newton is a great place to live, work, and play. And Tom, I'd like to add, live, work, and play here your whole life, from birth and beyond. So positive promotion for Newton. We have so many great things going on. So to be recognized as also a place to retire for our seniors, to be able to afford to stay here. We have so many activities for them, the primetime seniors, all the lunch, like all the things. It's great. I hope that more young kids come back after school, going away to school or whatever the case may be. Also, just to add to the comments about Newton Day, it was really a beautiful day in the town of Newton. Congrats to Miss Newton. I saw her walking around. From what I understand, her long lineage of history and her family in the town of Newton, her accomplishments, all the things that she wants to do. I don't know, Tom, I see a future Newton planner or architect or somebody in her. So congratulations to Miss Newton, little Miss Newton, little Mr. Newton. Everybody who participated in Newton Day up on Spring Street and Memory Park. Yes, our DPW and police departments not only had tents and displays, but they were also working in the event, and certainly our fire department and EMS for representing and having their community presence. I do feel that we have to do a better job of trying to figure out not having Newton Day as the same day as Hampton Day, Vernon Day, Sparta Day, Pride Day, because we all want to see each other's events. I was talking to Assemblyman Ganamort, who had been to Vernon, had gone to Hampton, and then came into Newton. And he thought that they were all really great events, but it was too bad that, people couldn't go to each other's towns because they were all scheduled on the same day. So I don't know what we do about that, but maybe there's some sort of communication via the chamber that we could figure out a consensus calendar, or certainly look at maybe changing up ours a little bit so we can all participate in each other's fun. But overall, beautiful day. And like Michelle, anybody that I talked to thought it was just a great day to be on Spring Street. And many of our businesses enjoyed having people on the street as well. And we had a regular planning board meeting on May 15th that the mayor and I attended. No extraordinary business, continuation of a couple applications. And I think that's all I have.
Excellent, thank you. The only thing that I'll add is that prior to the meeting, Councilmember Teets and myself attended a rededication ceremony at a little library, or the little free library on the campus of the SCCC McGuire Culinary Institute, I suppose you can call it. It was a project that had originally been down at Memory Park, but due to some unfortunate events, it was reconstructed, relocated to that site. And this evening it was dedicated to one of the Girl Scout troop leaders who had passed within the past year Michelle Franzone. It was a nice little event. The Public Works Secretary or Administrative Assistant, Deb Danielson, had a nice speech. She was, very much so involved with the construction and relocation of the project, and it was a nice touching moment to see that happen. So if anyone is unfamiliar with that free library, it's there, it's exciting. Lots of books inside, ready to go.
Mayor, just one other thing I forgot, condolences to Councilwoman Diglio's on the passing of your mother-in-law.
Thank you.
And then Councilmember Teets, Mayor Coos and I, before the meeting, got a firsthand demonstration from the Newton Police Department on their new drone. And that is some pretty cool technology. We look forward to the continued good work of our new officer. I think it's an extension of our resources, so I think it should have a name of officer somebody. But also to hear the great work that's already been done and the coordinated efforts of our first responders, other police departments, and some work that drone has already done for us in the last several weeks is pretty great. So that was something that the police department came to us during the budget hearings and presented on, made their case for support. It was granted, and we're already seeing the ROI on that very small investment. So just wanted to make mention of that as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll also note that petitions are now available for anyone in the community who's interested in running for town council. You can stop into the clerk's office during business hours, maybe beyond business hours, and pick up a petition if you're interested. They're due August 22nd, 4 p.m. Excellent. We'll now move on with ordinances. We have the introduction of ordinance 2024-17, which is a bond ordinance reappropriating $51,581, proceeds of obligations not needed for their original purpose for the establishment of an auto shop by the town of Newton, New Jersey. I'll entertain a motion to introduce the ordinance.
I'll make the motion to introduce ordinance 2024-17. Just curious as to where the auto shop is going to be located.
So it's the return of money that was for the purpose of purchasing a dump truck or dump trucks. It's not like a mechanics facility.
No, it's
Yeah.
going to be.
Oh, it's going to be.
There's a 2-post.
That
lift,
wasn't a
there's
description.
Adapter kit lift, another 2-post lift, wheel changer machine, wheel lift goes with the changer machine. Balancer machine, wheel lift that goes with the balancer machine, balancer accessories, truck adapter. HD professional system, dual gas AC machine and freight. Now we're getting into the business of mechanics, so that's why we're repurposing. We did hire the one gentleman from Boonton Tire who's got experience being a mechanic, so we're gonna start to take care of some of our own vehicles. We try to build this out so that we're repurposing money that's not being used elsewhere.
Will this be located then at the DPW shop?
So perhaps I'm misunderstanding. Then, this, I see now. Okay. This is the money that was from the purchase of dump trucks towards an auto shop. I see.
Tom, I think we're gonna see some efficiencies of scale, right? Because we're basically bringing it in-house, which is going to allow us to save some money from paying an outside vendor
Yes.
for typical repairs on our equipment and vehicles.
And hopefully share the services.
Mhm. I will second the introduction.
Any discussion? Any further discussion? All right. Roll call?
Mr. Dixon,
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio,
Yes.
Mrs. LaFleur,
Yes.
Mrs. Teets,
Yes,
Mayor Kus.
Yes. We'll now move to ordinance 2024-18. Bond ordinance providing a supplemental appropriation of $80,000 for installation of an HVAC system at Town Hall and by the town of Newton in the county of Sussex, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $76,000 worth of bonds or notes for the town for financing part of the appropriation. Entertain a motion?
I'll offer ordinance 2024-18.
I'll second ordinance 2024-18.
Roll call?
Mr. Dixon,
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio,
Yes.
Mrs. LaFleur,
Yes.
Mrs. Teets,
Yes,
Mayor Kus.
Yes. Move to ordinance 2024-19, an ordinance to amend, revise, and supplement the town code of the town of Newton, most notably chapter 228 entitled Sewer and Water by adding a new article 10 and section 228-32 entitled Lead Service Line Replacement.
I'll make a motion to introduce ordinance 2024-19.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I have a few questions. When I was reading through it, I know we had this discussion and we were trying to avoid any type of money burdens on the public.
Yeah.
I saw that there were two options, that someone could actually do it on their own, or they could do it through the town.
They can do it through the town and a contractor that we contract out to, or they can do the work and submit the proper paperwork for reimbursement.
Oh, for reimbursement. Okay, that's the part I missed. Okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Dixon,
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio,
Yes.
Mrs. LaFois,
Yes.
Mrs. Teets,
Yes,
Mayor Kus.
Yes.
And all those will have their public hearing on June 24th.
Thank you.
Move to the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the town council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Mr. Russo, a rundown, please.
Yes, sir. Resolution 166 is shared service for animal control, Green Township, June 1st, 2024 through the end of next year. 167 is the purchase of the mower that was in the budget. 168 is iBank funding, 1.7 million. 169, payment number 2 for Firehouse 1. 170 is chapter 159 grant insertion into the budget statewide, 5,963. 171 is insertion of a chapter 159 grant for clean communities, 21,622.09. 172 is award of bid number 4 for water main fittings to Ferguson. 173 is annual designation of Pride Month. 174 bills and vouchers. 175 Orlando Rodriguez for public defender, John Gray for alternate public defender. 176. We had to rescind resolution 165 due to the NJSA change that Eric's office wanted. So 178 is the restatement of the emergency expense pursuant to NJSA 40A 4-46.
Thank you. Is there anything anyone would like to remove from the consent agenda?
Not to remove, but just want to make note of an additional shared services agreement because of our AOC services now with Green Township. I think this makes 11. Is it 11?
I think we're eight plus us, 9. I think we're up to.
So again, I think that's another great accomplishment. And Tom, not only just for 6 months of the rain this year, but in addition to for the 12 months, all 12 months of next year. So that's great. And then the insertion of the additional grant monies for various projects is always a great thing to see. So thank you. I'll offer the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mr. Dixon,
Yes.
Mrs. Diglio,
Yes, except I'm abstaining on resolution 173, 2024.
Mrs. LaFois,
Yes.
Mrs. Teets,
Yes,
Mayor Kus.
Abstaining from check numbers 10903, 10948, 10949. Yes, sorry, 10879, 10903, 10948, 10949. Yes, otherwise. Now move to the second public session. Same rules apply. If anyone in person would like to speak, please step to the microphone. Not seeing anyone in person. If anyone on Zoom would like to speak, please indicate so by raising your hand. Not seeing anyone on Zoom, we'll close the second public session. Any final council or manager comments?
I have one. I'd like to express my congratulations, so to speak, to Deb Danielson. I see that she received another letter from the public recognizing her efforts at the town recycling center. and the other things that she has been doing down there. And I just wanted that to be recognized.
You wanna read it?
I agree.
I certainly would. Okay, dear town, Newton Town Government. Hello, just wanted to express appreciation for the efforts of Deb Danielson of the Newton DPW for her work on the town recycling center. In recent times, the center has become better organized, has improved clear signage, and accepts a wider variety of items, all of which are very beneficial to residents. I especially appreciate the latter, as I no longer have to travel a further distance to Schuma to dispose of such things as rigid plastic and electronics waste. I'm also aware that Deb has plans to add new capacities such as the use of motor oil, used motor oil and food waste for composting. I'm also aware that Deb worked out an arrangement with Georgia Salvage that brings in revenue for further improvements to the center. Excellent. This sort of enterprising business sense is much appreciated. Thank you for all your service. Sincerely, Kathy Messina.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Mayor, we have one member of the public on Zoom that would like to speak.
Oh, yes.
If I can-
So just to reiterate, it's a 3-minute comment period. If you have a prepared statement, you can send that in to the clerk. And please identify yourself, spell your last name for the record.
Joe
can you hear
B. Yes.
Hi, it's Peg Baldini, 10 Berry Lane. I had some questions regarding this what was it? The 228-32.7 penalties for not letting people in to do the lead service lines. It just seemed a little bit excessive to me. She have like a pretty stiff fine for that, and then possible 90 calendar days of imprisonment or community service. So, I know you guys had said before that you didn't want to put any excess burdens on the homeowners and all. And it's very nice that you have arranged this so that people can get their service lines replaced. But I think that fine at the end there and the penalty of possible imprisonment seems a little bit excessive. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much for letting me get in on that. Thanks.
Thank you. Further comments or discussion?
Just two things, Mayor. Just congratulations. I know we mentioned it, but Allison Iliff, Gus Giancola, and Michaela Serpico, Miss Newton, Little Mr. Little Miss. The event was a lot of fun, and I appreciate Councilwoman Teets attending and all the support from the volunteers that helped out. And just want to congratulate Tom Ferry, who started today as our finance director. And when Monica retires, Tom will start as CMFO July 1st. So today was his first day, and we will see if he comes back tomorrow for day 2. That was a joke.
Go easy.
And thank you for your comment, Ms. Baldini. We'll take it under advisement.
This is not your last meeting, is it? Pardon me? This is not your last meeting.
No, I have one more.
Right, okay, you'll be at the next one. Okay, good.
Any other further comments or discussion?
Just a question. Those penalties that Peg is speaking about, are they the ones, are they something we decided, or is that something that has come down from the state?
No, that's something we decided was the draft that I worked on with Eric's office.
The penalties are predominantly in accordance with every other violation, every other ordinance you have. It's the state ordinance that says you can impose a fine up to $5,000, an imprisonment or community service of up to 90 days or both. The fine, I believe, is in accordance with some of the requirements coming down from the state, because the state wants this to happen.
State mandate.
State wants everybody to change out, does not want people having lead or galvanized steel lines. And they believe that people not allowing the necessary to get in is only going to cause further problems down the road. So a little bit of a going along goes a long way to avoiding the rest of it.
Any other comments, discussion?
Just a quick comment about the Miss Newton and Little Mr. and Miss Newton contest. It was a really cute ceremony, but I have to say, Tom, your next career is definitely in hosting, you know, you could probably follow, you know, Ryan Seacrest or someone, but
That's it, Jeff.
the kids really seem to like you this year, so it was.
They were-
Well, yeah,
Especially Chance, was great, the last young man, and Caleb's comment about swimming, right?
Yes.
Said no,
yeah, Tom's not invited.
I wasn't invited, and everybody loves Bluey.
Yes, Louis was the hit again.
Everybody loves Bluey still.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, Tom, also, at Newton Day, the idea about raffling off a pool party during my shift that I was working, we were really trying to upsell it and people seemed to like the opportunity and a lot of the kids wanted to have their birthday parties, even if their birthdays were in December
Good.
at the Newton pool, so.
That's good.
Do you
But I
have
do
any
have one other
comments?
comment. Okay, in relation to the day. Newton itself was one of the first to be doing Newton Day. And it's been on this same exact Saturday for the last almost 30 years. Okay, so I find it interesting how all these other towns have decided to do it on the same day that we've been doing it on for a long time.
Do we let them know, like, should we send a
They
letter?
know, they know. And I was so very surprised with the Pride organization also having that day as well. So that's something new as of last year.
Last year, right?
Yes.
Are you sure? Okay. If there are no further comments or discussion, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn
I'll second.
at 7:30.
And we'll call a voice vote. All those in favor?
Hi.
Hi.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Have a good night. Thanks for.
Thank you.